December the 6th. I'm out at the National Forest. I'm trying to check out some new spots. I mean, there's no food this year. There hasn't been any acorns. So I'm looking for any kind of browse or something deer can feed on. A lot of pines or a lot of thick undergrowth, and there's a lot of greenery in there. I mean, a lot of honeysuckle, let's see, honeysuckle, briars, a lot of stuff they could feed on. They were chasing several days ago, so now they're probably kind of tapering off a little bit. I've got 3 buck tags left. I haven't killed a buck yet this year, so I'm not going to be very picky about what I shoot unless I'm really far out. Due to the lack of food this year, I don't think they're traveling very far. I think if you find some fresh sign, they're probably pretty close. Like, I don't think bucks are laying down the sign they normally do. There's not as many rubs or scrapes. And I think it's due to the fact that they just don't have the energy. They don't have food. They're kind of conserving everything they got. I think right now, that might be when that pays off after the does have all, most of the does have been bred, and you got a few extra does coming into heat. I think that might get the bucks up on their feet and get them moving a little more than they have been. So I rode around quite a bit. I ended up picking this spot because first off, it's thick and there's a lot of greenery in here, like potential food for deer. I don't think this is a place that goes unhunted. I think it gets hunted probably quite a bit. The thing I am going to do different is there's a logging road that goes out the top of this ridge. This entire ridge is thick. Everybody takes this old logging road and it's worn down to a trail. I went and looked at it. Instead of doing that, I'm going to stay off the high ground. I'm going to get down in the bottom, and there's a draw that comes up here right to the road almost, and I'm going to take that draw all the way down to the end of this point. And I picked this one point to hunt, all due to Dan Infault's theory on wind-based bedding. So ideally, we got a southwest wind, so a buck should be bedded on a point that goes out to the northeast. So that's kind of why I picked this area. But I'm gonna walk down in this holler a little bit, get down off the top for sure. It looks pretty thick. This may be a mistake. It's not very open, so I may make some noise getting down in here. I'm gonna try to sneak down in here, hopefully come across some deer sign and be able to set up on it. You know, I'm not expecting to kill a giant out here, but you never know, man. And there's no telling what you can find. I do think there should be deer in here. I mean, there's potential food for them. All right, I finally broke through all the thick stuff coming from the road. I don't think anybody's coming in that way for sure. Now you see this, all this is thick and it goes all the way around the top. It stays thick, so I'm gonna kind of skirt the edge of it, look for deer sign. I already found an old rub. I'm only a couple hundred yards from the road, so it's looking pretty good. Okay, so here's my plan so far. Up on top of the ridge, there's probably 100 acres of thicket. I mean, pines, thick, you can't walk through it. Probably some food in there for deer. Over here, you got a bluff wall. You can see this bluff wall. This is the head of the bluff, and it goes around, as far as I can tell. I know it looks like it goes another couple hundred yards according to topo. But after you go off, it's a big open flat bottom, judging by the topo. So, my plan is, I'm gonna walk down through here until I find a good trail coming off the top, going down to the bottom and vice versa. And I'm just gonna set up on that. I may get a little closer to the bottom actually, because the wind, the thermal's probably gonna be pulling down. Right now the wind's coming out of the thick stuff right in my face, which is pretty good. There's a rub right there. There's a small rub right here on the end of this point where they go off the point. There's another point over here I can kind of see a little bit of. I think this is gonna be my main drill. So I'm gonna get back up in here to get one of these trees. All right, it's 3 o'clock. I'm settled in. It's everything's wet. It's soaked. This tree is soaked. I got bark and green crap all over me. But I think I was able to get up here pretty quiet. I can't see the other ridge over here. I could shoot that possibly. I can also see this point where they're coming up. It's right here. And also, I really think that trail's gonna skirt around the edge of this hill. Instead of coming all the way up on top, I think it'll be on the side of that. And they could, probably more likely than anything, come from this thick stuff going down. So we'll see. Blowing right off that point. The thermals are pulling my scent down.
looks like it went out a little bit and then curved back. We'll be cutting it close. I really don't think they're down there though. I think they'll more likely be up here, working their way down. Dang, you know, I thought I'd shoot a little 6-point until I seen him. And I just couldn't bring myself to shoot him. No. I went on something else. I don't need it that bad. I might regret that though. He came in kind of from the way I did, but he came out of that thick stuff. If anybody else would have come in here on that logging road, they would have bumped him out of that. Like, you had to walk the long way around the way I did to get here. Otherwise, I'd have bumped him. Maybe he didn't mess things up too bad, and old Grandpappy will be through here. This spot just based on the topo and the aerial photos. Like, I knew they'd have some stuff to eat in here. I came out and checked it out. Sure enough, there's a lot of browse in the thicket for them up on top. I came in from the bottom and walked in from the bottom and come up to this point and played the wind. And of course, the deer were probably bedded on this ridge due to the fact that the wind was primarily coming out of the southwest and blowing to this point. Anyway, I walked out here, I found a fresh rub, and I thought, okay, they're definitely coming up and down right here. So, I pop up, and it wasn't maybe 30 minutes, I saw that buck. I think it was a 6-point, might have been a 4-point, I don't know. But, I wish it would have been a little bit bigger. I came out here with every intention of shooting anything but a spike. But I just couldn't bring myself to shoot him. I just want more of a basket rack at least, you know. Anyway, it's been a pretty good day. Saw some turkeys. That was awesome. It's the first time I've ever been here. I'm gonna start backing up, kind of make my way down before it gets too dark. And I got about a half a mile to get back out. Thanks for watching. It was fun.